Well, joining us tonight, the host of Chris Plante's show on WMAL, none other than Chris Plante, and attorney and Fox News contributor Eboni Williams. Now, good to have you both. Yeah, no, it's great to have you both here. Eboni, let me start with you. The Washington Post has endorsed Hillary Clinton, without which we wouldn't know where they stood.
I know, that was breaking news to everyone, Lou. Yeah, you know, I don't think anybody in America cares about these media endorsements at all. Not the Atlantic, not the Times, not the Washington Post. No disrespect to them. But I think the media is the only thing that holds lower than Congress.
A little disrespect might be good for
Not for you, Lou Dobbs. But, you know, the media polls literally less than a cockroach in this country. So no one cares at all.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, you have
I agree. It's not exactly shocking, the Washington Post coming out for Hillary Clinton. There have been literally hundreds and hundreds of smear pieces, front page, editorial page, attacking Donald Trump with some of the most insane claims you've ever seen. So for them to come out in favor of Hillary Clinton is not a... And I agree with Eboni also. I mean, who cares who the Washington Post reports endorses? I don't think that, you know, who even reads it anymore?
I read it because, you know what, I have assigned a quota to them that obviously is consonant with that their owner, Jeff Bezos, has assigned them. I look for at least 6 to 7 hit pieces, assassinations attempts each day on their homepage, and it's always a delight to see the numbers sustained day in and day out. So.
I got to tell you, Lou, I think those types of endorsements actually hurt more than they help. It's almost like getting an endorsement from Goldman Sachs or something. It really just reestablishes the notion that she's the establishment candidate. We all know this election has certainly been, you know, an indictment of those types, and so it actually, I think, if any effect, is harmful.
Well,
I think that's probably right.
The religious bigotry here, Chris, that has been demonstrated in the WikiLeaks. I mean, the sordid corruption of that campaign and the tentacles that reach out, and I'm not talking simply in a figurative way. I mean, there are relationships, strong relationships between the campaign, the Obama White House, the Obama Justice Department. My God, the State Department still appears to be owned lock, stock, and barrel by the Clintons.
Yeah. And the Justice Department, which is obviously terribly corrupt at this point. Even the FBI has fallen prey to this administration and the slimy Clinton campaign. And, you know, it's the collusion with the New York Times, with the Washington Post. And we're just scratching the surface here. It's a little peek under the kilt. See how things really work in Washington, D.C. I mean, you know, we're reading other people's mail, but it's the only way you're going to get anything that approximates the truth in this city.
It's more than a... I'm not sure I want
to say peek again.
It's a hell of a lot more than a peek. I mean, WikiLeaks has dropped here something like 9,000 documents in the last, well, since last Friday. We're looking with a broad panorama at what has happened, and it is sickening. And I honestly, you know, where Clinton says, why isn't she ahead by 50 points? I can't imagine why she is even in this race after you look, and the American people look at what she is doing.
No doubt she's super flawed. I said a long time ago for the Republican.
Super flawed. I like
super flawed. Hashtag super flawed. No, she was a Christmas gift to the GOP as the nominee. But certainly I've got to point out that, you know, the problems with the current GOP nominee is the only reason that she's even in this thing, Lou.
There's not a thing he's done that rises to even a remote quarter of her affront against public service, her abuse of trust, of the public trust. Do you not think, Chris?
Oh, sure. You know, it's good for her and other politicians like her to have one position in public and a completely different one in private, which means every time I go in public, I lie to you. This is not what I really think. If you're a Republican, that could be detrimental to your prospects in your effort to achieve the presidency. But for Democrats, it's good to be a Democrat because the corruption in the news media is unparalleled.
Why are you bringing up Lincoln, Chris? I mean, bringing up old stuff. Come on.
Old stuff. All that
by the way, I thought that was one of Trump's greatest moments. It was terrific. Let me just ask you very quickly here. Any chance that Paul Ryan will come to his senses, or is he a complete hostage to his own ambition and sorry, shallow self?
I think probably closer to B. And look, he's also got a mission and responsibility to try to hold on to the House.
Oh, come on. He's got a mission to get the nominee elected. He's got a responsibility to his party.
I told him
That's
through the
a fact.
TV, Lou, not to take this job. This was not the job for Paul Ryan. I said that for many different reasons.
Yeah, well,
Well,
how about
it has been a difficult row for everyone to hoe. I think we'd all have to
You
concede
got some
that.
zingers
wouldn't we?
tonight, Chris. Yeah.
that agrarian cliche somehow will ring for quite a number of hours. Chris, great to have you here. Ebony, thanks so much.
Thanks,
we
Lou.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Lou.
Thank you both.